A very good morning to you all, or should I say a very good afternoon. Time is nearly 1 PM in the afternoon, so welcome to a new video. Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel, or if it's the first time you've been here, welcome to the channel. Let's get across this road safely. So you're probably thinking that's an unusual start to a video, Billy. You're probably thinking that's an unusual start to the end of your video, Bill, which it certainly is. Now I do apologise if the sound is not the greatest on here. I'm using the GoPro, the mics are not working, so I'm going to use this as best I can. Hopefully you can hear me okay. But yeah, an unusual start to a video. You actually join me going for a Friday. It is now Friday the 4th of July, in case you're wondering. A beautiful Friday afternoon, in fact, where a lot of people go for running. I've decided to take myself for an afternoon stroll, get a bit of exercise in, which in fact I have been doing all week, since I've not been driving. But let's get to the actual thick of it. Obviously you're here for a reason, to watch the video. You're here watching a video on why I quit. So let's just confirm here and make it official. I have quit my job. I have quit trucking. I have resigned with immediate effect. Now take that as you wish, but I'm going to explain to you the reasons why I've decided to call it a day within my job, within lorry driving, for now. Excuse me changing arms every 5 seconds, it is quite tiring holding this camera. But basically I've been off work for just shy of a week now. I decided to resign with immediate effect, just making sure there's no runners behind me and that. If there is, guys, I'll just have to let them past. It's quite a short little track here, as you can see. Before I go any further, in case you're wondering where I am, this is where I go walking most days. I go for a stroll, get some exercise in, or I go for a run, which is one of the reasons why I've taken this camera with me today. Whilst I'm getting some exercise, going to basically explain to you the reason why I'm doing this. So last Friday of last week, I got back to the yard. I've not been in a good place recently with my sort of well-being, so to speak, mental health, shall we say, physical health, the lot. Last Friday I got back to the yard. I made a decision to clear my truck out. I was 80% sure that it was the right decision for me, 20% unsure about what I'm doing, but I made a conscious decision that I'm going to decab, call it a day, regardless of the consequences. Not that there is any, because I knew what I was doing was the right thing for me and my family, and here we are today. Now the reason why I left is because I've decided to give up trucking for now, because it was emotionally getting too much for me. So when I say that, physically getting too much for me, so what I mean by that is emotionally drained, overworked, 65, 70 hours a weeks, 65 to 70 hour weeks I'm doing, overworked, completely knackered, physically, emotionally drained at weekends to spend time with my daughter, my wife, never wanting to go out and do anything apart from sit indoors, maybe have a couple of beers, and just felt like I was isolating myself from my own family at times. And I must say, I blame the job for it. Yes, it was my choice to go into this industry, but you've got to, you know, take the rough with the smooth sometimes to get your experience. So yeah, I noticed all that within myself, and I thought, you know, I'm not seeing my daughter grow up, I'm not seeing my wife that often. I'm a part-time dad at weekends, or a weekend father. I'm home for a day and a half at the weekends. and I get up early hours of Monday morning and I'm off again. What sort of life is that, right? It's not a life. It's not a life for anybody. And for those who have given up tramping, those who have given up lorry driving, HGV driving, whatever you want to call it, will understand what I mean. Now hang on, before I go any further, I'm not saying that I'm giving up lorry driving and truck driving completely. I'm taking time out for myself to spend quality time with my daughter and my wife, as I said, and to get my thoughts together, work on my physical health again, get myself fit, strong and healthy again, because being a tramper for the past few years has taken its toll on me physically. And for those who all know what I mean, who live out of a truck, what it can do to your body mentally, physically, and obviously mentally to your brain. So yeah, I come to the decision because of that reason. Completely knackered every week, coming home, not wanting to do anything is not a life that anyone should live. Not seeing friends, having an unsociable life, which makes you even more isolated. Not seeing my daughter grow up. She can read so much better now. Seeing changes every week. I come home and I see the physical changes, the improvement on her reading, her writing and stuff like that just really got to me. And last Saturday I had a bit of a breakdown because of it all. And I thought, if I don't make a change now, to make a bold decision now, I'll never make that change, and I'll never change. For the sake of my daughter, for the sake of me, for the sake of our happiness as a family. So yeah, I made a very bold decision to call it a day, and that's why I'm recording this video for you guys now, to give you my reasons why I've left, why I've called it a day. Whether I'll be going back to tramping, I won't be going back to tramping, to lorry driving or not, I don't know yet. Unless I find a company that actually cares about the drivers, really cares about the well-being, home life, family life, I will not come back to lorry driving. That's one thing I'll say now. Unless all that improves, I'll never return. At the moment, I'm in two minds what I'm doing. Like I said, we're a week on. I feel physically better, emotionally feel a lot better than what I did. I feel healthier already because I'm exercising most days. I'm going for walks in the sun. I'm eating really well. I'm drinking water every day, although I'm like a fountain when I go to the toilet. But I just feel much better within myself, spiritually, mentally, physically. And this is something that has really taken its toll on me. And I know that if I don't do something about it now, I'll end up giving myself a heart attack at the age of 41, just turned 41, or I'll have some sort of like physical health problems. You know, like now for example, we're going for a walk with this camera, my daily walk. Taking a camera with me to obviously, you know, shoot this video. You know, beautiful scenery by the way. But you can already hear that I'm slightly out of breath because I'm nowhere near as fit as I used to be. I'd never be out of breath going for a stroll across the fields back. Sorry guys, so my GoPro has just died on me because of the heat outside. The battery's died, so I'll have to record the rest of this video on my iPhone. So as I was saying a minute ago, I value myself, I value my time, I value myself as a person. And there's no way a company or anyone will make me feel any different. And that's the thing, I've come to the conclusion that life is precious. I value life, I value myself, and companies don't value me enough. And I'm not speaking about myself, I'm speaking about myself of course, but I do speak on behalf of everybody else in the industry. It's just something I've learned, just something that's clicked. I'm putting two and two together and making 4. I'm looking at day work and night work and stuff, and looking at the rates, the money, and I think, bloody hell, really? Is that what it's got to? Post-COVID, when the rates were like extremely attractive, it drew people into the industry, you know, it drew me into the industry, and then all of a sudden we're getting paid peanuts again as a driver, you know. Sorry, camera's going nuts. Or is it me? So, to make it sure there's no runners behind me. So yeah, I've called it a day, guys, you know. And if you're watching this video and listen, this job is not for everybody. And some will say I couldn't hack it, I don't hack the job, it was a matter of time before I left. That's a load of BS, because I can carry on if I want to. The difference is now is that I value, and I've woken up to how valuable I see my time, how valuable I see my life, how valuable I see my wife, my child, my beautiful daughter. I'm getting choked up just thinking about it, because I feel like I've missed out on so much the past couple of years. But the positives that come away from me doing this tramping is I have a beautiful home I live in. You know, we've built so much up in such a short space of time with regards to what I've earned as a tramper. I've earned some good money. But one thing I've learned about tramping is companies hold you, because if you get used to living off that extra £400-500 a month with your night out money and your meal allowances, companies are good at holding drivers for that reason. They really are. I'm no longer going to fall into that trap, because I'm doing something about my life and my happiness now. And I'll never speak on behalf of every driver, because every driver's got their own opinions, ways of life. Your lifestyle's different to mine. But I do believe if you value your time and yourself as a person, especially your time, tramping is not the way ahead, not the way forward for anybody. If you value your time, do not be a tramper. Do not become a tramper that lives in his lorry. Like I said, it's not for everybody, and I've woken up to it and said it's not for me no more. I was debating this the week before I actually quit. I was already contemplating quitting. I was already, excuse the hand, guys. I was already contemplating quitting that week, but I didn't do it. This week, or last week should I say, end of last week, I made a bold decision that I am going to value my time with my daughter, value my time with my wife, value time for myself, get my life back on track, do nice things for myself, you know, do nice things for me, not everybody else, and keep everybody else happy, including my company. Like, I'll give you an example, right? I'd be going home, I'd start early hours, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'd be up at 2:30 in the morning on Monday. This is my weekly routine where I was working. I was be at the yard for 3:30, start at 4 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes 5 o'clock, but most Mondays 4 o'clock if I had it my way. Out a week, 15-hour days, 13-hour days. Some days were 12s and stuff, but that was because the work that was put in front of me didn't enable me to extend my hours, which is fine. But 13, 15, let's roll off 13, 15-hour days, maximising your hours, days, and your days. Friday, I've started early Monday. Friday, I'm getting back to the yard 6 o'clock at night. Once I've done my paperwork and stuff, clock off 6:45, getting home at 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. What sort of life is that? You tell me. What sort of life is it? It isn't a life. If I do a Saturday morning, I'll get home midday, mid-morning, I've got a day and a half at home with my family, the ones I love most. That's not me valuing my time. It's me giving my time to George Baker, to a company who just pay my wages. But I bust my balls 65, 70 hours a week to earn that truck money. 5, 6, 10 grand a week, whatever it may be. I'm just running off a number there. The point I'm making, guys, is listen, I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate all of your support that I've had along my journey. Where does this leave the channel? I don't know. The channel will stay up. The channel ain't going to come down, because I know there's a lot of people that use it for educational purposes. They learn from my videos, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you. I really am. But where that leaves me with the channel, I will post videos in the future, so stay tuned. How related is it going to be to trucking? I don't know just yet, because I'm not too sure whether I'm going to stay in trucking or leave trucking. So obviously that's in the back of my mind right now, but I will let you know. But today I want to do about a 20-minute video, just going for a stroll, going for a nice beautiful walk along the fields, and just spend some time explaining to you guys what's going on, because I haven't done a video for over a week. So that's me for now. So for all your support so far, thank you very much, guys. I love you all very much. All the people that have said hello to me at services through my journey as a tramper, thank you so much as well. You know, it's been nice to meet you all, and hopefully I'll see you in the future. But at the moment, that's me. That's me out of tramping, that's me out of George Baker, that's me out of that Volvo, that's me quit. And bold decision, but I've made the right decision for me and my family. I'm really happy. Believe me, I'm very happy. So apart from that, thank you for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed, give me a subscribe and a little like. Comment below what you think, your thoughts on my decision to quit. I'd love to hear your feedback. And yeah, look after yourselves and one another. And yeah, I'll catch up with you hopefully in the near future. Look after yourselves. Bye bye for now.